Do you know that you have three bodies? Don't worry, you won't have to pay any extra health insurance or three times whatever you are thinking. The second body, after your Sthula Sharir, physical body, composed of five elements earth, water, fire, air, and space, is your Sukshma Sharir, subtle body, which is the second, which has your mind, giving you feelings, intellect, giving you thoughts, ego, which is affected by three gunas, natures, which are tamas, non thinker, as lazy, rajas, egoistic, and sattva, balance of both gunas. The third, karna sharira, refers to the casual body, which is the pure observer. What happens when you die? How do you transfer to another physical body? Why don't you remember your previous births? What happens with your other two bodies? How are you connected to everyone else around you? Hint is it's kind of similar to when you buy a new mobile phone and transfer all your data to your new mobile, and you now know you are aham, self, and stuck in between prakriti, nature, and atma, soul. So you can see this representation. This is aham is you. So how you are stuck in between both of them, and you are going for prakriti more in comparison to atma, which is your real self. Don't worry, atma doesn't cry when you are not going towards it, and sings this chamkila song in pain, which I modified. So imagine if Atma was crying and it would sing this Chamkila song that I modified. It's not. It's like a different version. सुनने राजे नैन कुआरे संग छड़ गई नी साडा मित्र प्यारे. So why does it happen? Why are you attracted to Prakriti, nature, more in comparison to soul or Atman? So all the answers are in Bhagavad-Gita, and I will discuss it all with you. So you just have to wait. So let's continue. So then the guy who dropped the bomb on Hiroshima started attacking others also. Then he had to be kept in chains. He lost his sleep completely, and that man was filled with guilt of only one crime. The only guilt that gripped him was that he had killed 100,000 people. But he had no idea. Now our war system is completely inhuman. Now it is not known. Even the killer does not know that he is pressing the button of death of 100,000s of people. But the situation was different in Mahabharata. Everything was in front. The war was simply humane. Everyone was standing face to face. Arjuna could have seen that what the outcome would be by standing on the chariot. He started seeing that there is such and such a friend among them. He is going to die. He has small children at home. Now, if you notice, wars these days have become inhumane. Therefore, there is a big danger now, because even the person fighting does not clearly know what will happen. Whatever is happening in complete darkness. And the people who decide, they also have figures. They don't have men, they have statistics. They have the statistics that 100,000 people will die. Hearing that 100,000 people will die does not make one realize anything. Make 100,000 people die, stand in front, stand on the stage. Look, these 100,000 men will die. Then 100,000 of his wives are also seen, and 100,000 of his children are also seen. Their mother will also be old. Their father will also be there. Who knows what responsibilities they will have? If the responsibilities of killing these 100,000 people had been in front of the person who dropped the bomb on Hiroshima, I also think that the man would have said, I would rather die because of this. I do not obey this order. The question arises in front of him also, do you have to kill them? Is it for the sake of the job? Arjuna had a question. All the pictures were in front. He started seeing everything. There were images of widows crying. Who knows how many of these were his loved ones? They would be having widows after they die. Their children would be in pain and crying. This field will be filled with dead bodies. It became so clear to him that everything he had convinced himself that fighting was right became shaky. His other mind started saying, what are you going to do? This would be a sin. What could be a bigger sin than this? And so that you can get the kingdom, so that you can get the money, and so that you can get some happiness, are you prepared to kill all these? Surely he must have been a thoughtful man. His mind started denying. But in denial, there is another mind sitting inside. And that other mind is also saying that if some rationalization is found, whether it is found or not, there is no harm in it. There is absolutely right. That is absolutely right. If it seems right, then he should gather himself, unite himself, and go into the battle. While asking Krishna, even Arjuna does not know what the answer will be. And while asking Krishna, even Arjuna is not clear what the situation will become later. A man like Krishna is not predictable. The answers of people like Krishna are not fixed and not ready made. Not sure what a man like Krishna would say. But with Arjuna, it is certain that he wants two things. Either it is proved that this war is just, ethical, religious. There will be benefit, welfare, glory, happiness in this world and in the next world. Then he will jump into the war. And if it is proved that it cannot be done, then run away from the war. Two options are clear before him, and his mind is wavering between them, and his mind is divided between them. Arjuna wants to fight too. If he does not feel like fighting, then there is no need to ask Krishna. Now, there is an example. When I was in a village, a young man came to me and asked me if I wanted to take sannyasa. What is your advice? He asked me. I said, I don't take sannyasa as long as you need my advice, because retirement is not something that can be taken on my advice. The day you feel that even if the whole world tells you not to take sannyasa, you still feel like taking sannyasa, only then do you do so. Only then will the fragrance of joy come from the flower of renunciation. Otherwise, it will not come. That Arjuna would not have asked for advice. If he had been clearly convinced that the war was wrong, he would have gone away. He would have told Krishna to take care of this chariot, take these horses wherever they want to go, and do whatever you want to do. I am going. And if Krishna would have said that I will give you the advice, then Arjuna would say that unsolicited advice is neither accepted nor asked in the world. Keep your advice to yourself. No, but Arjuna is asking for advice. The person asking for advice is telling you that he has a double mind. Now he is also confident that if he gets any advice, then he will fight. This confidence is within him. That's why he is asking Krishna. Even if it was certain that the war was appropriate, then there was no need to take any advice from Krishna. All preparations for the war had been made already. Arjuna is wavering, Arjuna is divided. That is why he is raising all these questions. His questions are important, and even those who think a little, such questions arise every day in their lives when the mind gets divided. So it is usual. And Dual